The Crocketts of Cookeville, Tennessee were a loving family. Darrin Crockett was the patriarch, and together with his beautiful wife Jenny, they raised 3 adoring daughters between the ages of 10 and 15. Every member of the Crockett clan was beloved throughout Cookeville, but Darrin especially so. Not only was he a pastor, but he also tirelessly worked as an administrator and athletic director at the local high school. Of course, no picture of the Crockett family was complete without their adorable dog, Doc. The loving white lab was an essential element of the household. But they didn't realize just how crucial he was until one spring night. Late in the evening on September 2nd, all was quiet in the sleepy suburban neighborhood. Everyone in the 5-person family had long since drifted off to sleep. Everyone except for Doc. And not only was he awake, but he just wouldn't stop barking. Darrin remembered feeling incredibly irritated as he had work in the morning. The pastor went to drastic lengths to try and silence the animal. I remember praying to the Lord, I know that you're sovereign over all things, and so could you please make our dog quit barking, make him shut up? Darrin recalls. Little did he know that nightmarish events were soon to transpire. Suddenly, Darrin received an alarming notice on his phone. There was a tornado rapidly approaching. In Tennessee, a state known for its awe-inspiring storms, this could prove fatal. And if it weren't for Doc, he wouldn't have even been awake to receive the message. Darrin Crockett jumped into action, knowing that mere seconds of hesitation could mean the difference between life and death for his family. He summoned everyone together and in a blind frenzy hurried them down to the basement laundry room. Moments after getting to what the family refers to as their go-to safety spot and shutting the door, they heard a terrifying noise. Above them, the storm was whipping through their house, and they could hear bricks crumbling overhead. The house starts shaking, and it was on us. And the next thing you know, it was gone, and we're underneath the house, Darrin reported, remembering the awful moment of sheer terror. The Crocketts were still far from safety. They had to think quickly if they didn't want to perish in the tempest and become just another casualty of the tornado. Right then, Jenny's instincts took over and she came up with a plan. Fumbling around in the dark laundry room, the panicked mother finally grasped onto a flashlight. Using this illumination, along with the bright glow of lightning strikes outside, she searched frantically for an escape route. At long last, Jenny found a crawl space that the family could use to travel out from beneath the collapsing house. However, as they were making their daring escape, they heard a heartbreaking noise. It was the sounds of Doc's whimpering. Their prized pup who had saved them from harm's way was afraid and alone. Although devastated, the Crocketts had no time to stop. Their lives were at risk. The next day, when the family was out of harm's way, Darrin went back to examine the damage and found their house in shambles. We're just fortunate to have had room to crawl out and only experienced some minor scrapes and nail pokes along the way, he said. Tragically, the family would also learn an absolutely heartbreaking piece of news that day. Doc, their beloved canine to whom each of them owed their lives, had passed away. His death was not in vain, however. He'll go down as a hero, Darrin said. We'll celebrate him and talk about him for a long time. While the Crocketts mourned their beloved pet, they also had some other issues to deal with. They'd lost their home. The incredibly close-knit community of Cookeville wasted no time in rallying around the family. In fact, the entire town went to extreme lengths to help the Crocketts out after their tragedy. Residents of Cookeville set up a GoFundMe page to raise money for the devastated family. Darrin and Jenny have always been so giving in our community, and especially to our youth. Now it's time for us to step up and help them, it read. Doc will be forever honored as a hero, just as many other faithful pets have before him. When Jenny and Eric Bousseau decided to invite a new puppy, Duke, into their home, they had no idea the impact he would ultimately have.
If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and consider sharing it with your friends and family. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one.